Hello and welcome back to chapter 5, lecture number 33. So I opened a new blend file and we're going to work on building number 4. So that will complete new design, different from all the other ones, with some new learning aspects. So let's get started. What I like to start with is adding a background image, and I already introduced this one to you in the previous lecture. So we go to add image. Whoa, open. And we go to the reference, building 4, and there it is. So keep in mind, this is concept art. It's not the building we're going to create. The design is from the course introduction 2 years ago when we started with this one, and I now use it as a nice reference. So I like to have it like this is the base shape, but we're going to improve the texture look, so we can do that much better now. We have some new techniques, so we're going to use it. So you can increase the opacity or not, so just a little bit more, and yeah, it's nice. So what will I change is, if you compare this building with the previous one, we're going to work with concrete frames. That works pretty good, and we're going to replace these wooden planks with plaster and use a different brick texture there as well. So it's just something else than these tall buildings. I'd like you to learn it, and using this reference instead in place of a blueprint where you have a front and side views. Because that's not really realistic. You won't really find these on the internet. When you go for medieval designs, most of the time you'll find a nice looking building, just a photo, and you want to recreate it. And this is a great way of doing that, because this is not the best way of having a reference. But if you can make it from this perspective, yeah, it's very good. It's a great skill to learn. Right, enough talking. So I'd like to start. Before I do anything, I like to append some of the assets we created in chapter 4 from the library file. So I go to File, Append, and I go to chapter 4. There we go. And we go to Blend Files, and here's my library file. And I go to Objects, and I want a door, and go for our window and wooden bar. You never know. Large hatch. Nope. Okay. These three are core for the start. So append these, and they are stored in layer 2. So that's great. And the reason I start with this is to find out if this reference image has the right scale. And no, it hasn't. So let's put this frame, this door right there, and we're going to size the reference. And where is this scroll bar? There. I'm clicking left mouse, holding shift, and we can scale it. And no, it's too big. Let's go for a small version. And that's pretty close. So really good. And we go back to layer 1, where we have a cube, and we can start. So in this lecture, we will make the core, no really fancy modeling, just to get started and get used with the process. So we drag this cube, go to edit mode, and scale it. And I will use this top and this bottom as a reference for the right scaling for heat. And I'm dragging this to have this size. Yeah. And you may wonder, how do you know this is the right size? It's all about feeling. I can just do some hocus pocus mathematics, like you need to do it like this. It's just, if you do a lot of modeling, you're going to feel what is right and what is not. And I'm trying to learn you that skill. That's you can use it for a lot of things. Learning things on feeling is key when doing 3D modeling. All right, so we have this shape, and we're going to extrude it. So press E, S, yes, and press E again. And there we go. And I want to make it this size. Scrolling around, and it feels a little bit like it's flat, and of course that is right. Just quick check for the scale. So I like to grab these ends and put this a little bit to the left. and a little bit to the right. It's maybe too much. Yeah, that's close. So we have a very nice extra DEPP layer for this medieval building, if I can call it DEPP layer. So maybe scaling this a little bit more inwards, doing the same for, yeah, that's already set. Was a little bit of too much. This will work. And we will create a border around it. That's why. Good. And again, this is just a sample and we can change this later. So we're slowly creating the core. So no panic if things are not right in shape. When we start adding the holes, like we're going to create these cubes, we automatically feel if things are right, but we need to start somewhere. So don't be, don't think, oh, these measurements are not right. It's okay. We're getting this right. All right. Same here. How do you know it? It's just feeling. Just try this. Okay. So it's way taller than the reference, but that's the perspective issue. Make this one a bit taller as well. Okay. Good. So let's make it a little bit wider. And I think we are set. Good. That's it for this lecture. So in the next one, we're starting to add make these cubes for cutting the holes and find out if we did right. So yeah, no more lecture in this lecture. See you in the next one. Bye bye.